I have these Castle watercolor pencils which I'm going to try out. Such beautiful 72 to 76 colors, and I'm going to try them out. And this is my reference. I think this is what I'm going to do, and let's see how it works out. See my juice in here, and I'm going to try out these Castle watercolor pencils which were gifted to me by my son. I've just taken the outline, done an outline of a apple fruit basket, and I'm using light color pencils to draw in my sketch. The colors I used are browns, reds, lemon yellows. I have just used them in this stroke that I'm showing you, moving from taking the shape of the apple, and I'll just keep filling in the colors. This is carmine red, and I've taken another red. There are about 3-4 shades of red here, and then I've taken this lemon yellow to fill in the apple. I have then created a little depth from where the fruit is broken from the tree, the stem, filling in up all the colors of the apple that I am seeing with all the shades I can find possibly that match the apple. I have a reference of a fruit basket and the apple with me, so I'm just trying to go as close to the look of the apple as I possibly can. So this is the kind I'm moving up, down, and now I'm filling in the water. I've just loaded my brush with water and I'm dropping in the water in the same stroke. That's how a watercolor pencil is used. You first fill in the required shades and drop in the water after loading it on your brush. And then the second apple is facing me, so I've used those strokes, and it's slightly more orangish. Now the third apple, that's third apple, I have used a little burnt umber at the stem, and I've created an outline to separate it from the apple behind it. And then filling in the lemon yellow and the light greens, because this apple has very many hues. I'm just putting a little blue because I am picking up shades of blue in my apple, just shades. On and off, I touch my basket. I keep putting in the colors there. And another thing about watercolor pencils is that you have to wait for the first layer to dry absolutely, or you will tear your paper. And the pencil strokes do not come onto a wet paper. So once you have completed one coat, please wait for it to dry. Come back after 5-10 minutes when you can fill in more shades. You will need to repeat the colors at least 2-3 times to get the right shading. And apples are all about shading, right? So you shade them right and you put in the right colors, you will get beautiful apples in your basket. So I've really worked on these. I have been using watercolor pencils, but not to this extent. I've not done an entire painting with them. So filling in a little, again, I've used a lot of burnt umber on the sides. I have mixed orange red and yellow for this apple, and this is the darkest, it's the apple with the darkest hue. So I'm going to come back to it at least 2-3 times. And this has really been a wonderful experience. Do get yourself watercolor pencils and work on it. But the only thing you have to remember is that you can never complete the painting in one go. You will need to come back to it after you finish your first coat to get the right hues and to get the right depth. If you want a three-dimensional look, you'll have to come back to your painting at least 3-4 times. Now this is the second time I'm coming in to put in darker hues and create more depth in the apple. I love the three-dimensional look. I love it to have a real rounded look when I look at it. So I'm going to keep working on it till I get the right hues. And this has a lot of purple tinge in it. So mauve and purple. I've mixed my red and blues here to get the right amount of value, and the hue has to be exactly really purplish. So the apple face behind this is dark. Now I'm just pulling out the color from under the basket, and the weave of the basket was very simple. I just did zigzag lines and filled in water loaded on my brush. I've used an angular brush for this, and I used the angular brush for my leaves as well. Just put in a little leaves on top, and I just pulled out some. I love to pull out the colors, and I don't use any additional color here. I just pull out the colors in the basket. I always do that to all my paintings. I use a brush loaded with water and pull out the colors from the colors already in the basket. So I get my hues. Just putting the little cuts in and dashes. The basket is just zigzag lines, dashes. And now I'm just taken an watercolor black and used it for the stem to put in some highlight. That's all. That's all that I've done, and I've brightened it up. Last touches. Again, I'm using the angular brush to pull out. That's what I do. I keep coming back to parts of my painting. I'm working all over. Sometimes on one apple, sometimes on the other apple, and then on the basket. Hope you enjoyed this.